students, in previous video we discussed the characteristics of solid, liquid and gases from chapter number 6, solid, liquid and gases. Now one activity it is given in your book, try it yourself. This activity shows that gases has mass. They are taking two balloons, fill air in one and tie the two balloons at the two ends of the long wooden scale. Tie a string in the middle of the scale, hold the scale from the string. You will observe that the scale tilts on the side on which air-filled balloon is tied. This clearly explains that air occupies space and has weight and hence it is metal. You can see the diagram on the board. On one side, balloon, it is without air. Whereas on another side of the wooden scale, one balloon is with air. So which one is heavier? I hope that each and everybody know which one is heavier, air-filled balloon or balloon without air. So each and everybody know that balloon with the air it is heavier. You can perform this activity at home, it is so simple. Now impurities in water. Impurities in water, that water now in these days are not formed in nature in pure form. Maximum impurities are present in the water, that's why we can't drink water directly. We use purate water purifier, then we use water for the drinking. So which sort of impurities are present in water? Soluble impurities and insoluble impurities. Soluble impurities. These are impurities that get dissolved in water. Which sort of impurity these are? Germs, salts, minerals. So these are the soluble impurity. Due to the presence of these three things, we are not able to drink the water. Insoluble impurities, such impurities which not dissolve in water, like sand, stone, twigs. If you put some stones inside the water and each and everybody know, is it dissolved in water? No. If we put sand inside it, even then sand will not dissolve in water. Similarly with the twigs. Twigs remain float on the water. It will not dissolve. So such sort of impurities we call it as insoluble impurities. These sort of impurities are present in the water. So how we can use this water? For using such sort of water, we need to purify water. Now we will discuss purification of water. Soluble impurities present in water can be removed by boiling, adding chemicals like chlorine or potassium permanganate, or by filtering. And insoluble impurities present in water can be removed by some ways they explain in your chapter. Let's start discussing about this. First process is sedimentation. Now what is sedimentation? Sedimentation is a process which allow insoluble impurities to settle down. This impurity that settle down, we call it as sediment. For this process, we will take water from river, pond and keep that water in the glass or in any container for some time. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then after 5 or 10 minutes, we will keep that container undisturbed. We will not disturb. Then automatically after 5 or 10 minutes, we will see some insoluble impurities, it gets settled down. This process is known as sedimentation. We will follow decantation. Decantation is a process that follows sedimentation. In this process, we involve that we will pour out the clear liquid which get after sedimentation in another container or glass, so that insoluble impurity which is settled down, it remain inside the glass, and clean water we will collect it in the another glass. Then decantation followed by filtration is the process of removing insoluble impurities present in water by using filter. Which sort of filter at home we can use? Like a thin cloth, a stainer, or a filter paper. Try it yourself. See this activity that you have to take half glass of water and put some spoon of mud or sand inside it. Then stir it well and leave it undisturbed for 1 hour. What we will find? A layer of sediment at the bottom of the glass. Next, pour the clear water or liquid into another container, which is a decantation process. Proceed this experiment also at home. Next, try yourself. You can do it. You can take the filter paper and fold it twice to make a cone out of it. Then place this glass in glass funnel. Place beaker under the funnel and pour some muddy water in the filter paper in the funnel. What we will observe? That clear water dropping into the beaker or the container placed below the funnel, and insoluble impurities remain on the filter paper. Composition of air. Air is a mixture of gases and water vapor and dust particle. The atmosphere contains 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other gases like carbon dioxide, helium, or the neon. Amount of water vapor present in the air in the place at the given time, we call it as humidity. So place near the sea have high humidity because from the sea water evaporate continuously full day. Due to that reason, the places near the sea, they have the high humidity. Oxygen, which is essential for burning and for us and for all living beings to respire. You know, when you breathe, which gas you inhale? Oxygen. And which gas you exhale? Carbon dioxide. Plants, we know they use carbon dioxide gas. For which process? Photosynthesis. And what is photosynthesis? When plants prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, and mineral. Helium. Helium gas is filled in gas balloon because it is lighter in weight. Argon gas is filled in electric bulb. Last point related to composition they have given. Neon gas is filled in neon light. So you can find out that in composition number of gases are present in air and how these gases are useful for us and for the living creature. Students, you will draw composition of air in neat copy, and rest of the chapter we will discuss in next video. New words, it's your homework that you have to learn it properly.